Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, welcome back to our video, and Advent of Chaos is back, and it's bad. It's bad. Soul Raid. You guys that were kind of waiting for it are too traumatized by Dawn of Apocalypse, Soul Raid into Rise of Krypton Soul Raid. Like, it's better than both of these, but this is like the third worst Soul Raid easily, with some nasty bosses and with the worst free artifact that you can get. But hey, you get the chance for Raven shards, you know, which I kinda never got. Like, legit, I think Raven is the only character that I never dropped shards for from a Soul Raid. But nevertheless, we're going to open up with this fight. We're on the secondary account currently. It's gonna be against Boss Supergirl. And I just wanted to drop the League of Arachne on the most annoying boss, because I'm not in that high of a heroic on the secondary account, because I just didn't progress that much on it. And it's not gonna be a lot of damage. But this character is just inconvenient to fight because of her AI. Like, Supergirl AI is something you don't wanna encounter. And yeah, we're just using Harley here with Dark Metal cards at level 4, and the passive stats on this account for all the characters are going to be from a level 5 chakra and a level 4 chakra. Also, I messed up there. I did basically too many stuns with Harley, and look at this. He basically is chain stunning by Raven. Raven barely escapes alive. And there's the passive of the chakra artifact. I think this is the only time where this has been useful. So if you fall beneath a certain percent of health, you're gonna get some damage from it, and the damage part is absolute garbage, and you're gonna get some healing depending on how much damage you deal. So we're able to heal Raven back to full health basically. That's a very, very rare occurrence of the chakra artifact being useful. And you know why it's useful? Because I messed up. I don't want something that's useful when I mess up. I want something that's useful when I play well. Because I'm not gonna mess up on purpose to activate it, and it's not worth the effort anyway. Yeah, Harley in there for one more stun. And another stun, actually. That was not the last one required. And there we go, Supergirl is down. I'm glad I took it out with this team and did not need to further struggle with other teams. Now, something weird happens. You're going to see over here Boss Grid, and I used Kim-Flant Sakon plus Nora Snowglobe against him. And I don't have the footage, because for some reason I stopped the recording, because I was doing something else, and then I came back and continued playing and realized that I was not recording only after the Kim-Flant Sakon fight here. And you think that this is an excuse to not show you the fight, but look at that man's health. That was actually, despite all expectations, a perfect Nora Snowglobe Kim-Flant Sakon fight against this man. But I don't have the footage of it. So yeah, rip. We're going to use Zatanna to deal some percentage hull damage, and we're done with that. We have the Puppet of Zatanna on Sarah Banshee. This man can't have his abilities disabled. And I'm going to say that I knew ahead of the fight that I couldn't disable his abilities, but that would be a lie. I didn't know. But nevertheless, we're going to try to tap into the infinite power, and we're just spamming the special one. This is basically as good as it gets, but we don't have access to the ability to disable debuff of the Puppet of Zatanna, so that's gonna be something that's going to influence it. But I'm just spamming it. Third special from Zatanna applying a burning will finally do it. And you might be like, you couldn't get enough of them. You simply couldn't because you didn't have access to the ability disable thing. But that's not necessarily true, because right now when you're spamming the third special, even after the burning from Zatanna will expire, we will still be able to keep the infinite power. So we're unlucky on these special ones. And I think the third special has a little bit of a faster animation, but that's itself was not enough. It was mainly percentage shell damage from Zatanna though. Sarah Banshee tried to do a fair job because of the circumstances. She was not able to do great, but she did her best. So Grid is immune to lethal crits, and you can't stun him, and you can't disable his abilities. You might be able to stun him actually, but if he's immune to... actually, he's immune to dot as well. If he's immune to dot, it doesn't matter if you can stun him, but I don't remember if he's also immune to stun or not. But thankfully, Battle on the Ground is going to be deal hazard dot damage. Now, we can't really combo and chop this man, so this is gonna be by no means an optimal fight, and he's crit immune, not crit resistant. If you're crit resistant while sitting on the Dark Metal cards, you would have guaranteed crits against him. But if he's crit immune, then sitting on the Dark Metal cards would just give us a high chance to bypass his resistance, but not a guarantee. And the damage is going to go from 100 mil to 500, to 1 mil to 5 mil, 5.2 mil. And this is a very good representation of how good crit is. So the base damage is going to be 1k, right? With no crits. And the crit damage that I have, it's going to be 500%. So we're going to deal 500% the damage, basically. It doesn't get more simple than that, and that's why the crit damage is one of the best stats in the game, because it's one of the very few stats that's actually being very honest to you. Yeah, we eventually managed to deal a decent amount of damage, and at the end I was kind of locking him into an infinite combo there with the swipe down, but trust me, that would not have been reliable. I just did it at the end of the fight because it didn't matter at that point if it worked or not. I just needed to keep him in the corner by all means. And we're going to have Boss Batwoman here. I would have loved to use some percentage health damage characters against her, but there's none available before the paper refresh. And also, I couldn't use the Batman Ninja Team against Crit because he's immune to lethality. And while you can bypass the Crit immunity, there's currently no artifact in the game, free-to-play or pay-to-win artifacts that's going to bypass the lethal immunity, so Batman Catwoman would have been kind of useless there. So we're going to do some damage testing, see how much we can get out of her with almost perfect gameplay. I did mess up at some point, but almost perfect gameplay. Again, level 4 Dark Mel cards, level 5 Chakra, and level 4 Chakra on the R2 characters. Third special in there, just basically doing 2 combos and finishing off in the third special, and doing the special 2 from time to time to refresh that constant dot damage, and also go ahead and stack my lethal tag damage. And always I'm kind of saying that, look, you're not doing the special 2 for the dot damage that it does. You're doing it for the lethal attack damage that it constantly stacks with the Robin's passive. But at the same time, if you think about it, the constant dot damage from this special 2 is not too bad, because it's sitting kind of comfortably at 100k, and you only have to do it like once every 25 seconds, so it's gonna be 2.5 mil from that alone, except for its base damage, or more than 2.5 mil. I just gave a random number there, but it's most likely higher than that. And for the last fight, we're going to use the Just League theme over here. Dark Metal cards is going to be on Flash, and we're going to deal slightly reduced damage over here because we are at the class disadvantage because we're metahuman and she's agility, and agility counters metahuman, but it's not going to be that big of a difference. We're going to push her back to the corner. We had Cyborg tank it, though I think Flash would have done just fine tanking it, but that puts me in a dangerous position if I do so, because if I tank it with Flash and he's at like half health, I mess up, she does the third special, I'm dead, so I don't want that happening. Our third special. And yeah, I messed up here. My bad, definitely my bad. But it's okay, we didn't lose too much damage, we got her back in the corner, back on the Dark Metal card series, and our third special. We're dealing constant 3 mil damage per third special, so that's going to be fine. We have Silver Bane in there, because Aquaman is very useful when the enemy has defense, but when they don't have defense, it's dog shit useless, like it doesn't do anything. I mean, he can revive your Flash if your Flash randomly dies, but again, you shouldn't really use things that only benefit you if you do mistakes. You should learn to not do those mistakes and put stuff that rewards you if you play it well. But yeah, well, I mean, thanks so much for watching. Like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Advent of Chaos coming back, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!